You were standing at the edge of a river that should not exist. The surface looks calm, but the calm is a lie. Beneath that green flow is a chemical force that destroys anything it touches. The air burns your eyes. The ground feels unstable under your feet. The valley is silent because nothing survives here. Even the wind carries a faint sting, a reminder that this place follows rules that life cannot endure. If you dropped a leaf into the water, it would vanish before it sank. If an animal stepped too close, it would collapse before understanding what happened. You can feel the danger without touching the water. Your instincts tell you to leave, but curiosity keeps you here. You want to understand why this river kills so fast, and how a simple mix of heat, gases, and minerals creates one of the deadliest environments on Earth. At first glance, the water looks almost peaceful. Mist rises in soft waves, pretending to be harmless. But every ripple carries heat. Every bubble brings toxic gas from below. The rocks near the edge crumble under your shoes. They are burned, peeled, and coated with sulfur that cracks like fragile paper. Nothing grows here. No plants, no insects, no fish. The river has carved a clean line through the valley, removing every sign of life. You can see whitened tree branches lying near the bank, stripped of color and strength. Each one is a warning. You take a step back, but your curiosity still pushes forward. You want to know how a river can dissolve skin, bone, and stone with the same speed. To understand the river, you must look beneath the valley. The story begins deep underground, where volcanic heat meets trapped groundwater. The pressure pushes hot water through cracks in the rock. When the water meets sulfur veins, minerals dissolve into the flow. Gas vents release hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide. These gases mix with oxygen and turn the water into strong acid. Every drop that rises toward the surface carries this chemical load. The heat from nearby magma pockets makes the reactions faster and stronger. The result is a river that forms not from rain, but from a natural chemical factory that never shuts down. Even the colors tell part of the story. Green, yellow, and red streaks appear where different metals dissolve into the flow. Iron, copper, and other minerals add their own toxic signature. The entire river is a moving chemical reaction. Life never had a chance here. The acidity prevents microbes from surviving. The heat stops cells from repairing damage. Oxygen levels drop near zero. Any living thing entering this environment loses its basic functions before it can adapt. Even the soil is dangerous. Rainfall only makes the situation worse. Fresh water mixes with acid and creates violent shifts in temperature and pH. Steam bursts rise from the surface when trapped heat escapes. The ground shakes slightly when underground gas pockets release pressure. Every part of this place feels active and unstable. The destruction begins the moment anything touches the water. Proteins break apart. Skin dissolves. Calcium from bone reacts with acid and collapses into fragments. Organic tissue vanishes so quickly that decomposition never happens. Heat accelerates every reaction. The river moves like a slow current, but the chemistry inside it works at a speed that life cannot match. Under the surface, thermal currents roll like invisible storms. They move heat, gas, and minerals through the entire flow. Acid pockets form where gas rises unevenly. These pockets can be far stronger than the surrounding water. Even underwater robots struggle here. Their protective shells corrode slowly, reminding researchers that technology is not immune to this environment. The air carries its own danger. Hydrogen sulfide rises from the water and spreads through the valley. Breathing it causes the lungs to shut down. The fog over the river contains acidic droplets that burn skin and eyes. Standing too close without protection can cause damage in minutes. The river does not need to touch you to harm you. It only needs the wind. Scientists study this place with caution. They wear heavy suits that shield their skin. They use drones to collect samples without stepping near the bank. Sensors measure temperature, pH, and gas concentration. The numbers change constantly. One moment the acidity appears stable. The next moment it drops towards zero, becoming strong enough to dissolve stone. Thermal cameras reveal hotspots beneath the surface where heat gathers in isolated pockets. Multispectral scans show metal concentrations shifting through the flow. Computer simulations try to recreate these reactions, but the real river is always ahead of the model. Each visit gives new data. Each sample tells another part of the story. The more scientists learn, the stranger the river becomes. Some reactions resemble the conditions of early Earth, when the planet was young. Volcanic gases, acidic water, and extreme heat shaped many environments. Studying this valley offers a rare chance to observe similar conditions in the present day. The chemistry may be deadly for modern organisms, but it reflects a time when life had not yet taken hold. Understanding this place helps researchers understand how Earth changed from a hostile world into one that could support stable life. The future of the valley is unpredictable. Erosion continues as the acid eats through the rock. The river widens slowly. The land around it weakens. Heat and gas rise into the atmosphere and influence weather patterns near the region. Wildlife stays far away. Animals sense danger long before humans do. Even insects avoid the valley. The entire ecosystem forms a circle of silence around the water, showing how powerful chemistry can reshape a landscape. Yet there is something strangely calm about watching the river from a safe distance. You see how nature can create environments that defy expectation. You see water losing its familiar role and becoming something that resembles a chemical tool. You see how heat, pressure, and minerals combine to produce a force stronger than any single element. The river is deadly, but it is also a reminder of the diversity of Earth. Not every place follows the rules, you know. Some places redefine them. This river teaches a simple lesson. Nature does not always protect life. Sometimes it builds environments that erase life instantly. Sometimes it pushes conditions to extremes that challenge our understanding of what Earth can create. Standing here, you feel a mix of fear and respect. You realize that even a familiar element like water can transform into something beyond survival. The surface seems calm again, but you now understand what hides beneath. A river shaped by heat, powered by gases, strengthened by metals. A river that destroys as easily as it flows. You step back from the valley and leave the river behind, carrying only the memory of a place that shows the sharp edge of nature. Some landscapes invite you in. This one warns you to stay away. Asterisk, asterisk, as you walk away from the river, the silence follows you. You feel it in the ground, in the air, in the space behind your steps. The valley does not chase you, but it does not let you forget it either. You can sense its presence even after the water disappears from view, as if the heat still clings to your skin. You look back one more time and notice how the landscape changes with distance. The scorched ground slowly shifts into rough soil, then into the early signs of plant life.
Right here.
The contrast feels sharp. A few steps in the wrong direction could take you from survival to destruction. It is a reminder that the balance between life and death in nature often depends on a very thin line. You imagine what this place looked like thousands of years ago. Maybe the valley was not always so hostile. Maybe the river did not exist yet, and the ground above was quiet. But volcanic pressure grew, gases accumulated, and molten rock began to rise. The land cracked open and heat found its path upward. Groundwater entered these new channels. Minerals dissolved. Reactions started. Over time, the chemistry intensified until water transformed into an active acid stream. This river is not a recent creation. It is the result of slow processes working deep underground. Processes that never stop and never tire. You try to picture the underground world that feeds the river. Layers of rock stretched tight by pressure. Cavities filled with superheated gases. Narrow tunnels where water mixes with mineral dust. Chemical reactions in absolute darkness. All of these forces push the river upward. It does not flow because of rain or melting snow. It flows because the planet forces it to. The valley is not shaped by weather. It is shaped by chemistry and heat locked inside Earth's crust. Asterisk scientists who study this river often describe it as a window into early planetary conditions. During Earth's first stages, acidic pools may have been common.